Well, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Grand Scheme. This is Grand Kahonu here, back for another round of Arena. We are grinding for a 4-star Yondu in the feature arena, and right at about 7.5 million, I think, at this time. So about halfway to our goal. Well, 7.3 million, about halfway to our goal of 15 million. I'm not sure if we're going to make it or not, but that is the goal. And hopefully he'll go for less than that, and we'll be safe if we don't quite hit 15. But we'll still keep it up there as our goal anyway. Let me adjust some audio settings here. Hey guys, thanks for joining the stream. We're just getting started. I need to make some adjustments on my audio, and then we're going to jump into the arena. Ristic, welcome to the stream. It's good to see you tonight. Don't hold back. Don't hold back. As Madonna used to say, express yourself, right? Well, we've covered a lot of ground so far in Arena, but still have such a long way to go. This is still beating myself up for even considering doing this grind at this point. Well, how's the audio on your end? I think I've got it ironed out on my side, but it's always difficult to know exactly how it's coming through on the other end of the stream. Yeah, I'm going to have to wait until Sunday afternoon to start on the T4B, and hopefully I've got time to finish it. Should be okay. By the time this is done, I'll have, I think, 5 hours to get what I need in for the Tier 4 Basic there. Alan Wagner, good evening. Well, welcome to the stream. How are you? If I can speak, I will ask you how you're doing tonight. Excellent, excellent. Congratulations, sir. Good job on completing Act 5, Chapter 1. Should be just in time for Act 2 to come out. Or I guess Act 5, Chapter 2. That's just a guess on my part. I think it's probably going to be coming pretty soon. With the introduction of the 5 stars to the crystal, and some other things that I've seen in forums and surveys and stuff, it sounds like Act 5 is going to be seeing some more content released in the very near future. The grind is going. My daughter had a rehearsal for her dance recital that is tomorrow night, so I had to take some time off. Missed a round where my champs were refreshed and ready to go, and so lost some potential points there, but I think we're still doing good. We're about almost 7.4 right now. I plan to be. I'll have my 5 stars refreshed sometime soon if my alliance mates are hitting the help button. And so I should be able to get to 9 tonight. Ristic, use my Awakening Gem on Wolverine. I was tired of waiting for the dupe. Man, I know the feeling. I've got a Mutant Awakening Gem sitting in my inventory, and I'm still indecisive. I don't know who to use it on. I think I am going to wait for Archangel. But right now I have Wolverine, X-23, and Psylocke that are candidates for it. But I also don't have any other mutants that I want to be putting my signature stones on. I just got Rogue to 80. She was at 60, and I duped her from a crystal a couple of days ago. So I won't put any more stones on her. So by the time I do get Archangel, I should have a pretty decent sized stash of signature stones ready for him. And the Mutant Awakening Gem. Well, good evening. If you're just joining the stream, welcome. Please drop a line in the chat and say hello. You know, I was fighting an arena earlier today with my Moon Knight, and since he's in New Moon, he evades. And so I missed a parry. I was blocking a second special from Rhino, and Moon Knight evaded right in the middle of that second special attack and ended up getting hammered by the third and the fourth hit, or the second and the third hit of that combo. I was like, seriously? How do you evade in the middle of blocking a special attack? It was crazy. Who to take to 550? Wolverine, X-23, Thor, or Hyperion? Man, that is a tough call. I It seems to me that Hyperion is now the top cosmic. That he would go before Thor now. I really can't say too much on any of those because unfortunately Thor is the only one of those four that I have duped. I just got my Hyperion a few days ago and just ranked him to 330 just about an hour ago. I spend all day long getting catalysts to get him to rank 3. But X-23 and Wolverine are both very good if you need utility for Alliance Quest. If you need some regeneration champions, those are very good options, both of them. Wolverine at a higher signature level is going to be a lot better on the regeneration than X-23 will be, but X-23 has higher damage potential. So that's really going to be a toss-up between if you do go mutant, which one are you more in need of? Do you need regeneration or do you need damage potential? If you do the cosmic, then yeah, I think Hyperion would be the way to go. Well, there's the first set of my 5 stars refreshed. I will wait for the rest to come and then run through those. So we have good news. I do have enough to open a 5-star crystal tonight. I am going to do that before I sign off. I'm a little nervous about doing it. It's one of those things that's, you wait so long and you just get your hopes up, and I'm afraid of having my hopes crushed and pulling Rhino again, especially since a few of the my quote-unquote friends here keep telling me I'm going to pull Rhino or Ant-Man, or who else did they say? These guys. Anyway, we're still crossing our fingers for Star-Lord. Charles Jeff, welcome to the stream, sir. Have you seen American Sniper? I don't know that I have. Is that a movie? The name sounds familiar. If it's a movie, I may have seen it. Oh yeah, of course it's a movie. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's with what's his face? Bradley Cooper. Yes, I've seen it. It took me a minute. Yeah, definitely who you enjoy playing with is a big factor. Nightmare, welcome to the stream. Good to see you, brother. And Jar, hey man, how you doing? Sorry I couldn't hang out with you earlier. I was at a rehearsal for my daughter's dance recital that is tomorrow. I took a bathroom break and between sets there for her and noticed I had a notification on my phone that you were live streaming, so I thought I would hop in there and say hello. And then I had to hop right back out and get back into to record my daughter dancing. So anyway, sorry I wasn't able to hang out with you, but I definitely do plan to catch you sometime. Oh Ronan, where art thou? I enjoy Ronan. I think part of the that is maybe sentimentalism because Ronan, my three-star Ronan, was a huge factor in helping me to finish Act 4. Between Venom and Juggernaut on 433, my three-star Ronan was a lifesaver. I know some people aren't a huge fan of Ronan, and he definitely is nothing special if he's unawakened or if he's not fighting or if he is fighting someone who does not proc any kind of buffs. But the guy can do some serious damage if you are fighting champions that stack buffs or are on a heavily buffed node. Jar77 the Troll, welcome to the stream. T Ricky, good evening, sir. How you been? Yes, sir. I updated the chat window. Decided to do a little YouTube research and updated changed the code in OBS to be able to have a kind of a transparent, what do you call it? Transparency in the chat there, and added a frame around the window cam. Somebody tell Joel he's not allowed to live stream right now. I like watching that guy. Can't watch him if I'm live streaming. So we got a couple of you that are doing just milestones, grinding for a 3-star Yondu. Anybody else going for the 4-star? Anthony Amendola, welcome to the stream. Here new to your stream and channel, enjoy your content, especially evade specials. Any more coming in the future? Yes, sir, absolutely. I will be working on more of those. I've got some in the works. They just kind of have took a back seat for a while because I had been using an Android device originally when I started the channel, and then I switched to an iPhone, and unfortunately you can't record straight off the iPhone and you can't stream straight off the iPhone, and so I had to figure out how record the gameplay and edit the videos and everything else like that on my computer. So there was, and then there was some time that I was out of the country, and so I had to take about 3 or 4 months away from YouTube, and got everything figured out, I think, pretty well. So we'll be putting out more content pretty regularly. Well, thank you, sir. I appreciate the kind words. Anybody in particular that you have difficulty with in evading? I'm always open for suggestions. Oh, gotta love all the class disadvantage here. Probably the next video that I'll be doing will come on Monday or Tuesday. I'm going to spend, now assuming that I actually make the cutoff for Yondu, I'll spend Sunday afternoon and Monday playing with the character and recording some footage of some gameplay, and put together some of my initial impressions and thoughts on how to use the character, and post that probably on Tuesday. Spider-Gwen L2. Now that one's easy to evade. Surely you mean her L1. Right. Okay, yeah, I'll read your next comment. Yeah, that one is impossible to evade. I try and try and try, and I never evade that one successfully. Just it can't happen. I think it's easier to evade War Machine's first special completely than to evade Spider-Gwen's. And you're right, T. Ricky, you can't even block the thing. Well, good evening. If you're just joining the stream, welcome. I'm glad to have you here. Drop a line in the chat and say hello. Well, we just passed the 7.5 million mark. And all our 5 stars are ready, so we'll go ahead and start throwing those in. Now, I've decided if I do not dupe Star-Lord tonight, I'm going to go ahead and begin to hoard my units and plan to enter the labyrinth by the end of June. Storm is just going to have to take it on if Kabam does not see fit to allow me to dupe my Star-Lord. Yeah, man, it's kind of like running though. Yeah, I used to run quite a bit, and I took off. It's probably been about a year and a half or so since I ran, and so a buddy of mine and I have started running again. We're going to be running a 5K in a couple of weeks, and been following a program, building up to it. And today was the longest we ran without any rest. So I liken the arena to trying to learn how to run again. I mean, you think you're doing really well until you're about 65% of the way through your goal, and then you just say, "Oh my gosh, I don't know if I can keep doing this anymore." Just hoping that it's over before you die. Excelsior Gaming, welcome to the stream. This is the first time I've seen you on here, so thanks for joining. It's good to see you. And she will, yeah. And if you can get a concussion on a magic with Quake, then it'll also prevent her from getting limbo. Pro tip for Quake: if you're using Quake and you're fighting Black Widow can bypass her evade. So when you're holding your heavy, Quake evades the first attack, but Black Widow can bypass that. Crossbones can bypass that. Drax can bypass that, just like he can bypass Mordo's astral evade. So she's not 100% there. I learned that today. Some Guy 48, welcome to the stream, sir. Another new face. Glad to see you. And here's the man of the hour. This guy right here. He needs to get duped tonight. Star-Lord, Star-Lord. He needs to get duped. Yeah, I didn't realize it either until Drax smacked me a few times earlier today. Aaron Dakin, welcome to the stream, brother. How are you doing tonight? Yes, T. Ricky, I have a 5-star crystal ready. I will be opening that after I am done running through my champs in arena. I'm holding my breath. Good 500,000 behind on 3-star Yondu. You can make that up though, man. If you don't have plans tomorrow, you could sit down and grind that out. It is a holiday weekend though, so I know some people might have difficulty carving out the time. Which is why I decided to go the first round here on Yondu instead of the second round, because who knows what Monday has in store. Get yourself some coffee, some Red Bulls, some caffeine pills, whatever it is that you need to keep yourself wired and get at it. Let's see. We'll do it that way. A 5-star Awakening Gem for a 5-star Star-Lord. Yeah, I wouldn't use it on Star-Lord, though. I mean, since he is in the basic, he is common. Um, the only reason I'm getting impatient is because I want to get into the Labyrinth. I can run Labyrinth with Storm. It's been done with Storm. She's capable of doing it, but she's going to cost more units than Star-Lord will. And so I'm all about doing it as cheaply as possible. And so if I can dupe my Star-Lord, as a matter of fact, I probably would take in Storm and Star-Lord with 2 Magnetos, a 4 and a 5-star Magneto, and a 5-star Cyclops. That's my plan right now, and I'm talking too much, and I'm going to lose this fight. I didn't even land a hit. That was crazy. On a 5-star champion too. That is terrible. I don't know if you saw that though. I don't have a replay screen set up in my OBS, but maybe I can do that here. How would I do that? I'm going to show you something because if you haven't seen this yet, you need to be aware of this bug. So let me see if I can add a screen. All right, can you see that? Let me see if I can condense this and blow that up. All right, so you should see the another screen inside. Can you guys see that? The Ranger, welcome to the stream. It's good to see you again, brother. CJ, I am talking a whole lot. Yes, I'm going to open the 5-star, but you're just going to have to wait. All right, so if you can see that window in the live stream, I'm going to play this replay. Now it says it's loading. All right, so the issue with Spider-Man, if you're fighting Spider-Man, and apparently now Wolverine too, those heavy attacks where they draw back and kind of do an uppercut, if you counter them, then a lot of times you're going to get hit. Now I don't know what's going on with my stream here. What's going on? All right, so maybe a bad idea to try to do this off the cuff, but I wanted to show you. Where's it at? Okay, here we go. All right, so Spider-Man here. Now watch when I go in to counter Wolverine's heavy attack. Right here, see that? Did you see that? When I went in to counter that, it did not make any contact at all. He didn't evade, it just didn't make any contact at all. And this has happened to me several times in Alliance War. The last 2 or 3 Alliance Wars, I go in and I fight a Spider-Man, and he does this where I will counter a heavy attack and just get hit by it. Anyway, this is acting up oddly, so I'm going to take that off of there now. Have you guys experienced that or seen that in your play? Yeah, and it's just on the heavy attacks. I mean, you think after taking punishment like that so many times from it, I would remember not to counter those kind of heavy attacks, but I still do it every time, and most of the time I get punished by it. Anyway, back to business. Well, if you're just joining the stream, welcome. Drop a line in the chat and say hello to us. You got that double vision. I feel a song coming on. Ant-Man just takes forever compared to most of these fights. This one has to be a pretty decent signature level. He's glancing just about everything here. 42 hits. That's ridiculous. Does anybody have any big plans for Memorial Day weekend? Will Chimbe, is that how you say your last name? I apologize if it's not. But welcome to the stream. And the Ranger, I caught your comment earlier. How are you doing, man? Got to buy yourself a new lawnmower for Memorial Day weekend. Very nice. You can buy me one too. My riding lawnmower's out. I hate the push mower. Well, good. I'm glad to hear you're doing well. Magneto, is he really good? Um, he's not he's not god tier by any means, which is kind of odd since he's an Omega mutant. But um, he has his he has his uses. He's a very good defensive champion. He at a higher sig level, he has a very low limit to the amount of damage that he can take. Of course, his magnetism is very good against metal champions. So that Magneto has a 40% chance. Who do I want to put here? He has a 40% chance to bypass ability accuracy. So, for example, if you're using Magneto against Unstoppable Colossus, there's a 40% chance that UC will not proc Unstoppable, 40% chance that he won't proc Armor Up, 40% chance that he won't parry you, but that also works the other way around. So I bring Vision and Ultron to Alliance Quest every time, and I have to fight a Magneto, and I always fight Magneto with Ronan instead of Vision or Ultron, even though they have class advantage because that magnetism can really harm him. Vision can't parry him 40% of the time. Actually, there's a 40% chance, but it seems more like 90% of the time his power drain does not work against Magneto, so he can be a real pain in the butt. And I need to be careful with the Furies on Mordo here with Magic. Smoking cigarettes, drinking coffee, reflecting on life, terrible life choices. That sounds like an excellent idea if you will just take the ets off of the smoking part. Wouldn't mind smoking a cigar, drinking coffee, and reflecting on terrible life choices. Yeah, that's true. I think it depends on where you are in the game, though. When I fight UC, I fight the first fight that I have in Map 6 is Unstoppable Colossus. And he does proc Unstoppable at the beginning of the fight, and he also procs it after every special, but it like disappears after half a second. So it's there. I can't I can't rush in and counter his specials because it's active for just a moment, and if I do that, then it's there long enough that he can reflect that and land a hit on me, but it does not last. Where am I from? I am in Kansas. My accent, I'm sure, gives it away. I'm in the Midwest. Bible Belt, Tornado Alley, several other monikers for the area of the country where I'm in. From India. Well, hey, welcome from Kansas. Got some good friends who hail from India that are now in my town here. What time is it over there in that part of the world? I imagine you're about 10 hours ahead of me. Ten 13 a.m. Well, it's 11:44 p.m. here, so is it 10:44 a.m.? Ristic, you were able to intercept Rhino today when his unblockable proc. Yeah, his unblockable has been acting funny lately, and his unstoppable too. I forget he's unstoppable a lot of times, and then I'll try to intercept him, and he usually like with that scenario, if you were to charge a Juggernaut who is unstoppable, then his combo takes precedence over your attack, and he just leads right into a five-hit combo. But with Rhino's, his unstoppable, it just bounces back both ways. So I mean, he gets knocked back, and I get knocked back, and neither one of us get a combo in. So I don't know if that's the way that his unstoppable is supposed to work. It doesn't seem like it should be. Getting better at that intercepting there. It takes some practice. Yeah, I know what you mean there too. I find myself doing that all the time. Between intercepting Rhino and trying to hit Mordo when he's stunned, I, I know I'm not supposed to do it, but I keep doing it anyway. I think it doesn't help though when you run an arena, you're just trying to get things done as quickly as possible. At least for me, I don't. I'm not really going into the fight thinking about, okay, well, how am I going to fight this person? What is the strategy I'm going to use? I do that when I am approaching a fight in Alliance Quest or Alliance War, but Arena is just about getting this over as quickly as possible and moving on to the next one. And I forget, Electra actually can bypass this sometimes with her heavy like that. So the first time she didn't, and so 1 for 3. I'm going to stop doing that. She's not as reliable as Drax. Well, who else do we have in the stream tonight? What's going on? T. Ricky says Drax is nice because it's not just a heavy start. Yep, right. Because it's that double hit on that first medium attack. So somebody brought up an interesting question to me earlier today. Since since Yondu's medium attack is a projectile, is that going to be able to bypass Mordo's astral evade as well? Now it's not a special attack, but I mean I could see it bypassing that. I could see it actually doing that. So I am intrigued by that possibility. I definitely have to try that out because we know that he doesn't take thorns damage. He won't take damage from electro from those medium attacks. According to the champion spotlight that Kabam posted, we know that Daredevil can evade his medium attacks because they're projectiles. So it makes sense that he might be able to bypass Mordo's astral evade. Really? I'd say that's a lucky guy. I hope that it's not a situation where he's really hyped up and then ends up being a really underrated champion. I know there's been too many 5 stars like that. I don't think he will be, but I bet he would. He's going to make a good option for a rank 4 5 star. I think. I really think he is designed and built with Alliance War in mind. Have you talked to that guy about the 5 star Yondu? Has he given any feedback or anything on how he plays or his opinion on him? That's a good point. That's a good point. I know I mentioned this person who asked me if he'd be able to bypass the evade. I did mention he'd be able to bleed him through the block. But I didn't think about stopping his power gain. I mean, if it counts, I mean, if he's bleeding him, it should count as a hit, right? Well, probably wouldn't count on his hit meter though, his combo meter. Yeah, those are all questions that we're gonna have to figure out. I should write those down so that I can consider those in my review of him. There she is. I'll write that down. Let's see his Mordos, power gain, and evade. Cyberwolf Boy, welcome back to the stream, sir. How are you tonight? You've been on most of them, yes, sir. I will start adding more mods once I start having more than a dozen people on. Right now, I don't have enough of an audience really to have a whole bunch of mods. Otherwise, I'd just everybody in here would be a moderator. I really would hate to face this guy with block penetration. He's a pain enough as it is. And that's a synergy that doesn't make sense to me. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I don't know the comics well enough or something. But I don't understand why Yondu would have a synergy with Nightcrawler. I don't see where those two overlap. I mean, a lot of the synergies make sense, like this Ant-Man and Yellow Jacket, but Yondu with Nightcrawler, I don't know. Do you guys know anything about that? Am I missing something there? Yeah, man, I definitely don't want to do that either. Don't want to take away from your troll capacity or abilities. Now, I think I have seen you as a mod in another stream, haven't I? Yeah, Yondu has a synergy with Nightcrawler that increases the not block proficiency, block penetration. So that's one of the things that they had added in 12.0 and then removed it. For all champions, have a level of block penetration. Now it's just specific champions. So that's one of Yondu's abilities is his block penetration, which is why he can make you bleed through a block. And that ability is increased when he is placed on a team with Nightcrawler. But everybody gets that ability now too. I mean, the block penetration. So Nightcrawler is going to be doing a lot more damage through a blocked hit. Yeah, it must have been Gravender. I haven't been on many of his streams, maybe one or two, but that probably was where I saw you had a little blue wrench. Yeah, Cyberwolf boy, I'm thinking about doing a face reveal. I'm not sure when that'll happen though. Surprise. Cutoff for Doctor Strange. I'm going to say 2.1. 2.1 to 2.5. 2.5 is a high end, but I would be surprised if he went for 2.5, but I think that would be safe. As I've said before, he is an older champion. Excuse me, he's an older champion, so many people have him already. Plus, he just is nowhere near as good as he used to be after 12.0, so he's not as desirable as he once was. So I don't see him going for much more than 2.1 if he even hits 2.1. Hey, it was a good comment though, Cyberwolf boy. Thank you for the laugh. Well, that was a poor choice on my part. It's funny that you mentioned that. No, I'm not. I don't even look like Dale Earnhardt. But I tell you what, my stepdad was the spitting image of Dale Earnhardt Sr. So much so, I used to when Dale died, I bought half a dozen or so magazines. You know, the Time magazine and the others that they put out these cover pieces. You know, with the story of his death. And so I got several of them. They're in a box somewhere. But back in the, I mean, how many years? That was, what was that, 15, 16 years ago? It I had these magazines sitting out sometime later, maybe 5 years into it, and my kids saw the magazine and they said, "Why is Grandpa on these magazines?" So, yeah, it was pretty funny. I get accused of looking like Walter White more than Dale Earnhardt. I'm excited to awaken this guy next week. Voodoo will be basic next week in Arena, and he's going to be another 6 million champion, I think. All right, we're over halfway through my champions here, so I'm getting a little nervous. The 5-star opening is approaching quickly. Zachary Bahena has joined the stream. Welcome, sir. Well, yeah, but it's how many months after? I mean, these were all feature champions back when they did the Mystic event quest, and so this is just the rerun of all the features. It just happens to be all the Mystics now. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, 8 more rounds here, and then we will be at the 5-star. Yeah, man, SL, SL, SL. I'm thinking I maybe do something special. If I do dupe my Star Lord, somebody in the chat is gonna get a gift from me. If I don't get a Star Lord, I'm gonna haunt every single one of you in your dreams. Yep, that's pretty standard now. I mean, it's it's Mystic War, not Alliance War. Four-star Hulkbuster. Hey, congratulations, man. Congratulations. Look at it this way. At least it wasn't a 5-star Hulkbuster. I still have not duped my 4-star Hulkbuster. Not that I'm complaining about that. Well, good evening. If you're just joining the stream, welcome. Please drop a line in the chat and say hi. Only had 4 tech at the time, so there's that, I guess. Yeah, tech has been my hardest class to get. I don't know, maybe that's why I'm so motivated to grind for these featured tech champions, because the game has been reluctant to give me them from crystals. So here's a thought. Why doesn't Hulkbuster have Arc Overload? If Iron Man is inside Iron Man's suit inside the Hulkbuster suit, why doesn't he have Arc Overload? Silly little questions. Don't question Kabam. Those are the kind of things I like. For example, why does Electro wear rubber boots? Ultron, Vision, Star Lord, Civil Warrior, or others I have yet. I don't have Civil Warrior. I haven't pulled him yet. I have Star Lord, but I awakened him with the gem. I've only pulled him once. Vision is the only one that I have actually duped from a crystal. Out of those, I've also duped Iron Man and, well, the other Iron Men. But it took me a very long time to build up any kind of tech roster. I was probably 6 months into the game, had several champions, 4-star champions of every single other class. Just could not pull a tech champion. My first 5-star was an Iron Man, and then probably 2 months after that, I finally got Vision. And then my second tech from a 4-star crystal was Vision again. And my third tech, I had to grind for Ultron. In case it rains, so he doesn't lose his charge. Yeah, Addy Patty, welcome back to the stream. Good to see you again. I saw you in another live stream elsewhere today. I can't remember which one I was in, but I remember your name popping up there. Congratulations on the 4-star Gamora. I still haven't got a 4-star out of those. What's another one? I was thinking of another question that I asked along those same lines. I can't remember what it was now. Never see Hulkbuster do an arc overload in the cartoons, but yeah. I don't know. Maybe he has to deactivate the arc overload so he can power 2 suits. Why doesn't Hulk regen? Yeah, that's a good one too. Oh, there's another one. Why no Green Goblin? I mean, I think there's a chance he's coming, but I mean you have Norman Osborn as Iron Patriot. And then one of the maps that you play in, or that you fight on, not maps, but one of the areas where you fight is Oscorp. So why no Green Goblin? Sheldon Cooper. Just something to point out on Old Man Logan. You probably already know this, But you really want to focus on baiting specials with Old Man Logan because every time your opponent uses a special, it will trigger a pacify charge. And if you use a special with a stack of pacifies, he can inflict bleed for every pacify he has. And when he goes berserk and loses those pacifies, he'll replace him with Fury. So he actually, I know he gets a bad rap, but he can actually do a decent amount of damage if you focus on baiting those specials. He's also really good with suicides because he'll shrug off the bleed very quickly, and his healing factor, even though it's very low, if you have recovery and willpower, it's going to outpace the poison that remains. So he's actually a very good um suicide champ. Why are boobs? That's just a dumb question, T. Ricky. You don't. That's not even a question you need to ask. They say no such thing as a dumb question. Well, yeah, not a question I ever entertain. There's no why for that. We don't even need to know why. Wolverine should have reduced poison timer. Yeah, unless he's poisoned from the adamantium. I hope. Oh, never mind. Never mind. If you didn't see Logan yet, never mind. Ignore that. Jar doesn't like boobs. I think he's probably over on Joel's live stream at this point now, so he can't defend himself. Ah, blocked it, blocked it. Discovered something with a 5-star Gwenpool in Labyrinth of Legends when playing Red Hulk. What did you discover? And awesome that you have a 5-star Gwenpool. I did not know that. Or maybe I did know that and I forgot about that. I don't have her as anything other than a 3-star, so yeah, I mean if you've got some information to share, do share. It'll come in handy when I do get her. Right. It is, and that movie's been out long enough. I'm really not too concerned about spoilers, but you never know. You can parry as many times and follow combo. With Gwenpool, you can parry. You can keep parry. Are you saying that she bypasses the limber, the reduction of the parry timing? That sounds like what you're saying, but I'm not sure. Well, that's interesting. Well, I won't be taking her into Labyrinth anytime soon since I don't have her. I know Brian Grant is preparing to run Labyrinth with her, and he's talking about running Suicides, which at first I was thinking, that may not be a bad thing now, since recoil doesn't activate on third special. But having run Suicides for a couple weeks now, just doing arena, I've been reminded that it's really not a good idea to use suicides when you're fighting Electra. So he may struggle with her. What is she, the third fight in? Jago Fury. There you are, sir. How are you doing tonight? Oh, so you've just been lurking in the background since 7.5 million. That was 750,000 ago. Yeah, yeah, I hear you. 10 minutes. Well, I think I should get it in 10 minutes. I've only got one round left here. Probably will go into, well, no, two rounds. I need to jump in Alliance Quest. All right, be honest now. Throw up your guesses. Post it in the chat. Well, who am I going to get? I know you go ahead and say Star Lord to make me feel good, but you can put other guesses too. We've had a few more people join here in the last few minutes, so if you're just joining, welcome. Thank you for watching. Say hi in the chat. Marco Lopez, welcome to the stream, sir. I said you can say anybody. I was talking to everybody except for you and CJ. I would be okay with Magic. Gilly, yeah, I'd be alright with Gilly, but she's not really on my list. At this point, I mean, even though I really, 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 really want Star-Lord, I'd actually be okay with duping my Hawkeye again. I mean, he's at 60, so it's like you might as well just keep going with him. But I'd rather get Star-Lord and then I can dupe my Hawkeye again. Ronan is already at a signature 48, I believe. I don't need him again. But he's a possibility too. Grant, I think the stun, as there are a number of stuns you can do on Red Hulk with Gwenpool, you can get the timing right and still get him. Yeah. I think so. I mean, that makes sense if she's awakened because after 50 hits, she's eliminated. Defensive ability or ability accuracy altogether. I just don't know if that would apply to node buffs. So this is the first fight that I've used Hyperion. This is his maiden voyage here. Let's shall see how he does. Where do I want to put that? Yeah, we'll put him there. Now, if you were here last time I opened a 5-star crystal, you might have witnessed me shed a few tears. So I hope that that is not a, tonight is not a replay of last time. It's enough to see a grown man cry on YouTube one time in your life. All right. One more fight. We're going to be at 8.3 million. Just under 8.3 million. Okay, as far as Gwenpool versus Magic, once you hit her L2, she shuts down opponent power gain, so all you need to do is keep the bleeds on And no more limbo, no more specials. Very nice. Very nice. I am going to open a 5-star crystal. I'm going to do that right now, or maybe in a few minutes. Right, yeah, she consumes the bleed to reapply the buff. Yep. Okay, I get it. Oh no, I got to. I got to open. I've got 3 days before 12 more champions get added to the 5-star crystal, which means my chances of pulling a Star Lord after 3 days from now uh, drastically reduce. So it's got to be opened. I need the Star Lord. But first, I'm going to procrastinate and fight a Tech Symbioid. That's got heal block, so I don't want to use him. I could have probably just let him bleed out there instead of hitting that L3. You spin me right round, baby, right round. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Wait, what? Roller coaster of love. Yeah, I'm gonna spin it. I'm gonna spin it because just the longer that you can draw out the agony, the better. No, probably not next stream. I said at the beginning of the stream that if I get Star Lord or if I don't get Star Lord, I will be getting into the labyrinth by the end of June. If I don't dupe Star Lord, then Storm is going to have to do it. 5-star X-23 would be very nice. I don't know how she would do in Labyrinth, but she would be very nice to have. All right, let's test our luck first with the Guardian's Crystal. All right, the moment of truth has arrived. I don't know if I can watch this. Here we go. What's the magic words? Is there like something I'm supposed to say or something when I drop this? Here we go. Curse you, chicken jerky. Curse you. uh, well, that was disappointing. That was very disappointing. Yeah, chicken jerky. CJ, you said I was gonna get a Spider-Man. That's twice you've cursed me. He told me one time you're gonna dupe a rhino or draw a rhino, and I got two rhinos in a row. And now Spider-Man. He's on something. He's on something. That's painful. That's painful. I refuse to rank him to 5. I guess I should probably take him or to rank 4, but I should probably take him to rank 3. Well, Storm, I guess the burden of the labyrinth rests upon your shoulders. All right, let's see. Yeah, I know. If he would have just said, "Hey, you're going to get Star Lord," I'm confident I would have got Star Lord. If the first thing he said was Star Lord, he's got a gift, I think here. Or maybe it's just this, his luck with science champions or science catalysts. Every time he mentions a science champ, then I get the science champ. So, well, you know how much I hate Spider-Man. But maybe I can rank him up, put him on defense, and someone else can hate Spider-Man a little bit more. One of these days, one of these days, Star-Lord will be awakened. He will be duped. And when he is, then I will no longer have need of him. But I've been saving. I've got 22 generic sig stones and 14 tech sig stones. So if I had pulled him, he would have been at a signature level. What 4256? Is that right? 22 plus 14 is 36 plus 20 56. He would have been at 56. Oh well, we can ponder what might have been, but we have to live with what is. So anyway, that's it for me tonight. I'm going to cut this off after this rather disappointing 5-star crystal opening. But I do thank you for joining me tonight. I'll be live streaming again. Can't even talk now. I'll be live streaming again tomorrow night to finish up this arena. Hopefully getting to about 13 or 14 million by the time I call it quits tomorrow night. If you're available, would love to have you join me at that time. But until then, smoke it down. This is Grant Kahonu. We'll catch you later.